one race left, one gold medal left to award here at the UK Athletics Indoor Championships. It's the women's 400-metre final. The 400 is always frantic indoors. Heard Lena Nielsen predicts perhaps a fast start from Amber Anning. She is the reigning world indoor champion. She's the world lead this season as well. But this woman on the outside, Louisa Stoney, is having a fantastic weekend. She made the outdoor final in her first year over 400 metres, and she's improved this indoor season to 51.92. She was the fastest qualifier for this final. There is Amber Anning, the Brighton and Hove AC athlete. Spends much of her time over in the US training and competing. She loves to come back and fight for a British title. Yemi Mary John has the qualifying mark for the World Indoor Championships. She faltered ever so slightly at the end of her semi-final and was caught by Louisa Stoney, and that is why we see Yemi Mary John in lane 4. Jasmine Moss from Gateshead Harriers goes in lane 3. She was a regular Bucks medalist for Loughborough University, and she's moved up to 400 just in the last couple of years. She's looked right at home. She's got a very strong finish for someone that's moved up from shorter distances. Poppy Malek goes in lane 2. She was 5th indoors and outdoors at a UK level in 2025 and 5th at the European Under-23 Championships last summer. I think she'd like to be higher than 5th today. But a tough lane for the Harrow AC athlete in lane 2. Tess McHugh, though, the hardest lane of all, on the inside in lane 1. She's the Welsh champion from last year. This is her first appearance in a UK final. She'll absolutely have loved the opportunity to warm up again today, Tess McHugh. She's held her own throughout the rounds, but the toughest test comes now in the final. Stoney in 6, Anning in 5, John in 4, Moss in 3, Malek in 2, and McHugh in 1. The final event here at the British Championships is the women's 400 metres. And they're off in the women's 400 metres, the world indoor champion, Amber Anning. What a treat here in Birmingham to have an athlete of her calibre competing. It was a heartbreak, the false start at the European Indoor Championships saw a disqualification. She went on to take the gold in Nanjing and then finished 5th in Tokyo. But Anning at the moment, Yemi Mary John right alongside her. These two cutting for the inside. Amber Anning getting the nudge, just 24.32, so it's fast, but it's not crazy fast from Amber Anning. And look at that, she's still full of running. Yemi Mary John desperately holding on to second here. You can see John drifting wide down the back straight, trying to fight off any challenge for the likes of Stoney behind. Malek moving well in 4th place. Is all to fight for on the home straight. Anning leads into the straight. John strikes for home, and here comes Louisa Stoney as well. It's going to be so tight on the line. Wow, what an upset. John from Stoney from Anning, perhaps. That is such a shock, and the clock there is stopped at 51.71. And that could be a lifetime best for Stoney if she's gone under 52 as well, and possibly getting close to the world indoor qualifying mark. Yemi Mary John has gone under it. Stoney went 51.97 yesterday in the semi-finals. But poor Amber Anning, I wonder, Lena, when you watch that race, you know, for Amber Anning, she's the world champion. How has she come 3rd at the British Championships?
I have got my hands on my head. I don't think anyone could have predicted that outcome from that race. I couldn't tell you what happened. I don't know. Maybe, coming to the British Championships as the world lead, I don't know if maybe there was a bit of comfort there, but it just looked like Yemi just had an extra gear. Maybe she had something to prove after the semi yesterday, being beaten by Louisa. Honestly, like I said, anything can happen in the final. You just have to be there.
So Anning there, what was it, 24.7 through the bell? How do you assess that? Is that too fast? I said in commentary it was okay.
Yeah, so 24.37 is not super quick. You would expect someone like Amber to go slightly faster, but in the final, you never know what kind of shape these athletes are coming into these races. And it is really just a British final. It's insane. Like, this is unforeseen circumstances. But congratulations to Yemi Mary John. That was an incredible race, and I just think that just is championship racing. Anything can happen.
And we've seen Yemi Maryjohn take medals at a European level and an age group level, but this will be her first senior title. And you mentioned sort of the defeat yesterday to Louisa Stoney. Perhaps that really focuses the mind when you come into this final. And Amber Anning, it's stressful to lead, and I think some people are natural leaders. We saw Lewis Davey do a fantastic gun to tape on the men's side, but for some people it can get a little bit stressful. And Amber Anning, I think this could do her good when we look towards those World Championships. Perhaps Amber Anning will be the one to say, right, I've got to reassess things here.
Yeah. I will say you never really know what they're doing in training. I will predict probably Amber's still in heavy training, so maybe that's just wasn't her priority today to win one of these championships. But for someone like Yemi Maryjohn, getting a British title will set her up really well for the summer.
And we're just getting towards the end of what's been a wonderful weekend here, Lena. And Louisa Stoney, she's not a name we necessarily know that much about. It's brilliant to see her on the podium. I think her and her coach Marvin Rowe doing great work. Tell us more about her. She's sort of a breakout performer here today.
Oh, I love Louisa. So we train in the same centre, so I see her all the time. She's been asking me for tips on how to fuel for training, and I like to think my tips have done her well for these championships. But she is a big talent. We did see her in the British outdoor final, so we kind of knew of her name then. But I think right now she's stamped her mark in the British 400-metre field. I think we can expect to see a lot more of her coming into probably, we don't know if we've got a relay team for the World Indoor Championship, so we might see her in the relay team. I'm looking at the relay coaches right now having a discussion.
Intense discussion going on.
Intense discussion. They might want to put her in the team. I did say to her, don't be surprised if you are in those relay teams, because you are of that calibre of athlete. So I'm really happy to see her kind of come through and shine through. So really, really happy for Louisa.
Hey, I'm Ellis Fitzgerald, and you need to go and sign up to European Athletics YouTube.